This is Meteo Mundo.
Hi everyone, Rusty back with you here. Thanks for tuning in to the latest Meteo Mundo video. And in this video, we'll take a look at the potential development across the Caribbean, tropical development-wise, over the next 7 days. And we do have the potential big area of interest with Tropical Storm Philippe potentially bringing tropical storm conditions to the northern Leeward Islands, the U.S. and British Virgin Islands, and Puerto Rico. We'll look at the forecast in those areas, also the Dominican Republic and Haiti, and the rest of the Windward and the Leeward Islands as well. Now, if you're looking for the forecast for Jamaica and the Bahamas, I've made specific videos for those areas. So all you got to do is go back into the channel and look for the videos for the forecast for the Bahamas and for Jamaica. And of course, if there's any other area of interest you have in the Caribbean, let me know. Just drop it in the comments section below. Hey, Rusty, I want the forecast for this area. We've got you covered. Thanks for liking the video. Thanks for subscribing to the channel. Let's get into it. Tropical Storm Philippe is a bit more interesting today because it's a little bit stronger than what it was 24 hours ago. And the forecast track from the Hurricane Center is a little bit farther south, now bringing a very weak tropical storm into the northern Leeward Islands early into the weekend. What's happened is there's a ridge of high pressure to the north. It's weak, but it's going to slowly push Philippe off towards the west. Now, because Philippe is slightly stronger today compared to yesterday, the Hurricane Center is going to try and keep Philippe as a minimal tropical storm a little bit deeper into time. So now we at least have the opportunity for, if nothing else, some tropical storm force wind gusts for Barbuda and St. Kitts and Nevis, especially up towards Anguilla, potentially even towards the U.S. and British Virgin Islands, Roadtown and St. Croix. But eventually Philippe is going to weaken into a post-tropical system, more of an open wave. It's going to lose its tropical storm characteristics here. But again, if I live in these areas, as I've mentioned for us here, zoom in just a little bit more so you can see Antigua and Barbuda, St. Kitts and Nevis and Anguilla, and eventually towards Roadtown, St. Croix in the eastern sides of Puerto Rico, the opportunity for some tropical storm force conditions to be moving in early into the weekend. It's going to kick up the sea conditions as well, and more than likely we'll get a few inches of rain in some locations. That could lead to some localized small streams flooding and some urban flooding as well. Let me show you the NAM model, because I think this model, as I've been looking at all the models, kind of best represents what's going to be happening with Philippe. Put that into motion for you here, and you can see again, here comes the moisture with Philippe right across the northern side of the Leeward Islands as we get towards late Friday and into the weekend, and then that moisture just kind of continues to move towards the west. Notice it's not going to be organized. The weakening trend is still forecast to happen with the NAM model, but we could have a few inches of rain out of this as it moves across the areas I just mentioned, and then eventually it'll be moving towards the Dominican Republic and Haiti as well. So the opportunity with this to bring some 2 to 3 inch rainfall totals in the area. But again, the very gusty winds, some potential tropical storm force wind gusts of over 40 miles an hour as well. This would keep, relatively speaking, areas south of Montserrat a little bit drier, down towards Martinique. I would expect some scattered showers for the southern Leeward Islands and the northern Windward Islands, because as Philippe falls apart, it kind of becomes an elongated tropical wave, and some of that moisture will be moving through those islands as well. But again, kind of just one more look at what's going to be happening here. Zoom back in. And again, Anguilla, St. Croix, the eastern sides of Puerto Rico. I don't want to overstate this situation, but there could be some tropical storm conditions, especially up towards Anguilla as we get to the weekend. There are not tropical storm watches and warnings in effect because of Philippe. We'll monitor that, but at this point in time, the Hurricane Center also does believe that we're going to be seeing Philippe weaken as it moves into those regions. Now, we have what more than likely is going to be Rina on the heels of this. At this point in time, it's still just a disturbance, but quick development is likely out of this system as it moves north into the west. And again, the next storm on the list is the Arne storm. That one is going to be Rina. Now, I'm going to show you the GFS model, but I want you to keep in mind what I'm about to say is that when I'm looking at the GFS model, oh man, I don't know if I believe much out of it right now because of what it's going to try and do with Philippe. So I'm just switching the time frame here. I'm going to put this into motion for you. What you're going to see is the GFS model takes Philippe, moves it off towards the west, stalls it, and then what's going to become Rina basically move up and absorb what's left over of Philippe, and then that entire system kind of moves up to the north and to the west. So if you notice on the GFS model, Philippe really falls apart before it even gets to the windward and the Leeward Islands. Now, this is different than just the last model run I saw on the GFS. Now, here comes the moisture from Rena, and it's almost going to kind of take that weakened area of what's left over from Philippe, kind of absorb it, and then become a stronger system as it moves up towards the north and to the west. So it's a very interesting solution. I don't really know if I buy it. This solution would keep the tropical storm conditions away from the Leeward Islands, and even Rena would be moving up north, well away to the north and to the east of the Leeward Islands and Puerto Rico. Again, it's just one model run with the GFS. I don't know if I buy it at this point in time. More than likely, what I would be more interested in is what the Hurricane Center kind of has with Philippe, and that is a weakening tropical storm moving into the northern Leeward Islands into the weekend and bringing some moisture and a few inches of rain to the northern sides of those areas as well. So that's what my forecast is with Philippe. If you look at the San Juan forecast, we'll have some scattered showers the next couple of days. Then we'll actually see rain chances fall off a little bit, and then whatever moisture is going to be moving in with what's left over from Philippe will be coming into the Puerto Rico area, San Juan Ponce, into the latter part of the weekend, so scattered rain, and some of that could be on the heavier side, at least for a brief time. So again, that's the latest in that area. We have additional videos for Jamaica and the Bahamas. And again, let me know what's happening in your area. I'd love to hear it. If there's been some rain recently, if you've got some heavier showers, or if you just want to forecast for a specific side of the Caribbean, drop it in the comments section below. Thanks for watching our latest video. Make sure you like and subscribe right here to Media Mundo.